Good afternoon, my dear kids. In today's class, in the chapter kinematics, we are going to discuss the projection from a trolley frame. Means what all we discuss the projectile motion from a moving frame. If you project, then what are the methods to analyze that projectile motion? So it's nothing but again the application of the relative motion along the trolley and perpendicular to direction of motion of trolley. It is similar to like inclined plane what we discussed. Here a relative motion will come into picture. So this will be again quite obvious, challenging for you how you write now equations of motion once again. That too in a frame of reference which is accelerating or moving. So we'll make up the problems of two parts. Trolley moving with uniform velocity, then we'll project from the trolley, then we'll analyze the motion of the projectile from the trolley frame and ground frame. And the second part is like let the trolley accelerate. Then again we'll project a body from the trolley and we'll analyze the motion of that particular projectile from a trolley frame and ground frame. So these are the things which is there. You check the advanced paper. I think this is something very important for you. So plenty of good questions are being asked. Further also can be asked here. Means just like simple formula based what all you know, that will be sufficient. So let me start the class. Now previous discussion, so if you can remember, we had the discussion about the relative projectile motion. So now what we'll be discussing is the projectile motion from a trolley frame. So for this we'll assume a let me take a trolley. This will be again, if you can follow the some basic rules, it will be much easier. You can really understand things very easily like the previous topics. Okay, let this be a trolley. Let the velocity of trolley, let me represent by Vt, and the velocity of object, let it be ur. I am going to throw the ball with a speed ur with an angle theta. Few things we will make assumption. So what are that one? What is ur? Ur will be, let me write here, ur will be velocity of stone, will take it, stone with respect to trolley. What about Vt? Velocity of trolley. If I don't mention anything, it is understood it is with respect to ground. I think everyone knows this convention. With respect to ground, I need not to put separately. Okay, since some of you will get confused, I'll write it here. Now I'm projecting this one. So what are my questions like? I'm projecting at point A on the ground. It will be point B. What is A? A is a point on the trolley. P1 is a point on the ground. This one is a ground. The trolley should move on the ground only. Now we'll see that what is the time of flight and what will be the range of this ball with respect to trolley and also with respect to ground. So there are two persons are there. We'll appoint two persons. A person is there on the ground and another person is there on the trolley. How do they see this motion? How each person will analyze this particular motion? That is what we have to discuss here now. Now we have to take help of the relative motion. There's no other way. How to proceed with this? So what are the questions like? Find the range of the ball, find the range of the stone, find the range of stone with respect to trolley, with respect to ground. And this long trolley it is. The trolley is long enough. Here I'm showing a shorter length. It is in fact a long trolley. The stone after some time will strike some point on a trolley only. That's the basic condition. Let it come and strike at point B. What is my question? Find the range of the stone with respect to trolley and with respect to ground. Okay, first is the trolley moving along y-axis? Nothing, no. Along y-axis we do have gravity. So is there any relative motion between the stone and the trolley along y-axis? No, there's no relative motion. So therefore, I'll describe the vertical motion here. So what is the time of flight? Again, after some time, the stone will come and strike some point on a trolley, and the time is absolute. Either you measure in trolley frame or ground frame, the time taken should be same. So what is the velocity of stone with respect to ground along y-axis? What is UR? UR is velocity of stone with respect to trolley it is. Now I want to get the time of flight, I want velocity of stone with respect to ground along y-axis. I'll use equations of motion, nothing big. So from the equations of motion, velocity of stone with respect to trolley along y-axis equal to USY minus UTY. See, everywhere the method is same. Try to understand the method is same. What is velocity of stone with respect to trolley along y-axis? It should be UR sine theta, and it is directed upward. Follow some basic rules. Nothing will be there here. Velocity of stone with respect to ground, we don't know. Velocity of trolley along y-axis 0, but the trolley will not move vertically, no. It will move along the ground. So I do have USY. With the help of this, I am going to determine the time of flight. What is the time of flight? 2 USY by G. So what is this quantity we should call? Time of flight. Then after getting this time of flight, then I want the range of the stone with respect to trolley. We'll find out first. Range with respect to the trolley. What is the velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis? UR cos theta. So the next here, range with respect to trolley, that should be equal to velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis into time of flight, and that is nothing but UR cos theta only. I need not to write steps again and again. Okay, this will be the range with respect to trolley. Range. So can you show after some time what do you expect where the trolley will be? I think trolley will undergo displacement. It will be available somewhere here. The trolley will be at some other point. Line not horizontal. No, the same trolley. Now it will come and strike at point B. So the ball, what the ball will do, it is going to come and strike the point B with a certain velocity. Let's assume that one. So this point B there, point on the ground, and the P1 is here. So what is RT now? What shall I define RT? RT is only this much. Because range on the trolley, the person on the trolley, what he says, it has moved, it was projected from point A at t equals 0, and finally after some time t, the ball will come and strike at point B. For this person, for the person on the trolley, what he says, it was projected from point A and it will come and strike at point B. So therefore he is going to say this is the range what I measured. So shall we write this is RT? Shall we measure this is RT? So range with respect to trolley. So how much S we are able to predict here? So this one more step, it will be 2 UR square sine theta cos theta by G. I think one problem you may find difficult once you understand that equations of motion applying. I think you will feel this is a normal thing. Now range with respect to ground. What is the range with respect to ground? So there's a ground, no? Now you can see this. There's a position. So at point P1 it was projected, and it will strike point B on the trolley. Now point B where? Point B of the trolley where it is now? After it has undergone some displacement, and it is available here. So here for your convenient. So why can't point P2 be always below B? I think should not happen, no? So this is a very I should not talk more than this, I feel. As a physics teacher, I should not talk more than this. How come point B will be always above point P2? After some time, the point B will be at P2, and after for time greater than time of flight, the point B will cross this point P2 on the ground. I think please, none should ask me a question of like this.
Sir, this situation cannot be done in real life, no, sir.
It can be done in real life. What you're talking, huh?
No, sir. If we are on a trolley, like just imagine trolley is
If you,
moving.
if you,
If
if
we
you
throw
are
it,
on
it
a,
will come again.
if you are on a
Come
trolley,
directly.
if you are on a trolley, then you are going to see that it will strike at point B.
Trolley will be moving, no, sir. If we throw it from the
Let
end
it
of the trolley.
let it be everything. So don't be imaginary world. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now what is the range with respect to ground? So the range with respect to ground. See, I do get some bouncer questions here in this class. There's a major problem. Like a bouncer questions. I think means something like even like a science of stupidity we see. No, there also some sort of science is there, but here the questions are so random that bouncer questions usually we say that one means we are not supposed to think like that, and you're thinking. Hope maybe gradually with the time you will start analyzing. Now this is a range with respect to ground. How to calculate this? For that we should know horizontal velocity of stone with respect to ground. Okay, I'll do take help of relative velocity. We are very good in that particular thing. So velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis equal to velocity of stone with respect to ground along x-axis minus velocity of trolley with respect to ground along x-axis. What is USTX? Velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis. That is nothing but UR is velocity of stone with respect to trolley. So UR cos theta, and any quantity directed towards right will take it positive. Then this is unknown thing, we don't know limit, and the trolley is moving towards right. Keep it here. So what is USX should be equal to UR cos theta plus VT. Then we will determine the range with respect to ground. Range with respect to ground, RJ should be equal to USX into T. So this is UR cos theta plus VT into this is 2UR sin theta by G. So 2UR square sin theta cos theta by G is nothing but the range with respect to trolley RT plus. So what do you expect the range on the ground? Should be greater than that on the trolley. I think that the diagram also is speaking here. So why you are not showing path? I think in the two frames, in the trolley frame, I had to show parabolic path. Sorry, will it be parabolic path in both the frames? Yes, it will be. In both the frames. So the person you will see parabolic path. Person on the ground, you will also see parabolic. Person on the ground, you will see that it is moving in parabolic path from from which point? From point P1 to point P2. Not like it will not strike on the ground. Maybe here it is like this. Person on the trolley, you will see that it is moving from A to B. I think I can't show both the diagrams in both the situations the same diagram. For this person, I have to show it like this. Then if you show it in this way, it will become with respect to ground frame. You have to just show parabolic path here. But again, we are not projecting from here. So that's why I think it's not advisable to show that parabolic path, but it will be a parabolic path. Ground frame, we can show it here. So it will be like this. Agreed. Again, don't bring it here. Huh? It will not come below point of projection. It should be like this. So roughly, we can have I think it's not advisable. Okay, some students P2, P1. What about the height ascended? Will it be same in both the cases? In both the frames, it should be same. Time of flight has to be same. The range are going to be different. Okay, now you can write it down. After some time t, will they ascend same height in both the frames? If the height ascended will be same, the range will be different. Anybody having doubt, you can clarify. There's a first problem I think you'll be finding difficult. Please do clarify, because almost the same idea I'm going to repeat it. What this person will comment, any comments from him? So I think they'll not keep quiet, no, they will comment here. So what this person says: ball, stone moves in, stone moves from A to B in parabolic path. What about this person on the ground? We'll keep him this person here. This person, what will be comment from this person? The stone moves in parabolic path from P1 to P2, but it's not projected from P1 because trolley will have some height, so therefore I'm not writing, but at least I'm saying that one according to the person on the ground also it moves in parabolic path and will have a range P1, P2. So these comments are very important when you go for exams. No, more than one options. I do put all these conditions. Maximum height also. H maximum height. UR square sin square theta by 2g. What is this H equal to? UR sin theta whole square by 2g. Later on you can write that. Okay, let me. Okay, I hope everyone is able to understand. Nothing big. So let the trolley move in any direction. Now you can manage with this, I feel.
Sir, can you tell at time t equal to 0 how USTX equal to UR cos theta? USTX, sir.
Here, this one, huh?
Yes, sir. Time t equal to 0.
That is what the what is UR means? Velocity of the stone
Sir,
with respect to
VT.
trolley, no?
Yes, sir.
Relative velocity. This is a relative velocity. So what is component of this velocity along the trolley? U r cos theta.
Sir, but VT will be there now, sir.
My dear, you are English medium student. Read this sentence: velocity of stone with respect to trolley.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. This word is very important. With respect, not if it were with respect to ground. Okay, I would have come here. No.
Sir, understood.
So what is u r cos theta? Velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis. Since we have done so many relative motions, I can't write for every term like a what it is. So it should be understood from the diagram. Otherwise, this will take 1 hour to for every symbol writing explanation. I think what I'm speaking there only I'm giving most of the explanations here. So in your notebook you can scribble very fast now what do you mean by UR, okay, already written. Then what is USX, velocity of stone with respect to ground along x-axis. But maximum with symbols you must able to analyze things. This the one method is what we are following in relative motion. Okay, this is about the maximum height ascended. Will be same in both the frames. Height ascended by the stone will be same, will be equal in both the frames. So you can write that. Maximum height.
Sir, P1 and P2 are on ground now, sir. A and B are on trolley now, sir, the point. So, how the maximum heights are shown, sir?
Y component is not getting disturbed.
The height of the trolley, let it be negligible. Then what you see?
Okay, sir. Height of trolley is negligible, sir.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to give some idea here. The height ascended, I'm telling. Are you able to understand? Height ascended. I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
saying-
Ascended. Okay, sir. Understood.
I'm also a little bit intelligent. I'm not that stupid fellow. When I'm writing some words, no, it'll have some weightage. Ascended. I'm not saying height. Some brain I'm also having, I think. Okay, now we'll project in towards left. So these are some minimum basics. Let the trolley move towards left. Let the trolley moving towards left. Then we'll project the ball with respect to trolley towards right.
Sir, once could use colors.
Yeah, done.
Thank you, sir.
I'm projecting from here. We'll take same diagram. Now the similar condition, the ball is projected from point A or the stone with a speed UR theta where the trolley is moving towards left. At t equals 0, the projection it's not horizontal. Carry on now. I want students to put some effort. You should really come forward to work out some numerical now. rather than mere spectator. You should put some effort. Okay, there's a condition. Carry on. At t equals 0, a ball is projected with a velocity u(r) relative to trolley from point A on the trolley. Then you have to find out the range with respect to trolley and with respect to ground. So the point on the ground, let it be this one, P1, corresponding to it. As usual, the time of flight. After some time, where trolley should be on the left side. No, whatever happened to ball, let's not bother. It's a long trolley again. Whatever happened to the ball, let's not bother. The trolley should be on the left hand side after some time. These are some very fundamental things a student must have an idea that the trolley should be on the left hand side after some time. Time of flight will be same. Work out. Meanwhile, I'll set the diagram. Okay, this is the point P1. This is the point B.
Sir, it may or may not fall on the trolley, no, sir.
Long trolley, don't you understand?
Okay, sir.
Long trolley. This is about the situation what we have. First, we'll calculate the time of flight. Time of flight should be 2u(r) sin theta by g. Point B is here. This. No, what is it? This is a time of flight. So 2u(r) sin theta by g. Okay, let's calculate the one by one. All the range with respect to trolley should be equal to u(r) cos theta into t. I think there won't be any problem with this. Okay, there's a range with respect to trolley. Let me, it's equation. Don't go for typing equations, Vishal. No need, no need. You have to work out, so many cases are there still. So don't end up in just only typing things. So many other things are there, better concentrate. Okay, there's a range with respect to ground. So it's a range with respect to trolley. So what is this quantity? What we derived is range with respect to trolley. For this also will write AB. So range with respect to trolley it is called as. I'll take it out these things. Now come forward, we have to calculate the range with respect to. For that we should know horizontal component of the stone with respect to ground. So we'll take help of the relative velocity here. Velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis equal to velocity of stone with respect to ground along x-axis minus velocity of trolley with respect to ground along x-axis. Anything towards right is what positive will define. And then velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis. This is ur cos theta. I think you have to be little bit alert here. This is unknown thing. This is minus Vt. Look at the sign, that negative sign. The trolley is moving towards left. Ur cos is towards right. So therefore, finally this usx should be equal to ur cos theta minus Vt. Let's get into range. With respect to ground. So that is Rg will indicate symbol. That should be equal to usx into t. This will be ur cos theta minus Vt. Time of flight, this cos theta should not be there. So definitely we'll end up something equation of this kind, 2ur square sine theta cos theta by g, 2ur sine theta Vt by g. So what is 2ur square sine theta cos theta by g? That is the range with respect to trolley. So what do you expect the range what we measure on the ground? So where do that range you have to indicate here? Very, very beautiful things are there here now. One by one, I'll come here. Now, when do this range on the ground will be positive? Positive means you can see that it was projected from point P1, and I do measure the range. Positive, no, I do measure the range towards right positive. Getting this one. So when do this will be positive when this ur cos theta greater than Vt. So the condition what we discussed is the first case, that is ur cos theta is greater than Vt. That's why the range I got positive. Sir, is it possible the range to be 0, range with respect to ground? Yes, it can happen. If ur cos theta equal to Vt, then what is the range with respect to ground? Will be 0. What do you mean by that? The point B will be at point P1 only. Range with respect to ground, can it be negative? As if the point B lies on the left side of point P1. So can you show something parabolic paths, because that is something which is going to help us a lot. So here positive. Let me show that parabolic path. The range with respect to trolley and with respect to ground. With respect to ground, I'll use this one. So this will be of with respect to ground, I'm showing it by red color. For your convenient, to show you that the range with respect to ground is less compared to range with respect to trolley. So what is this quantity? It will describe parabolic path in both the things. We are let's see that second beautiful case will come. If ur cos theta equal to Vt, second case, I'll give the second situation here. Second case, if ur cos theta is equal to Vt, then I want everyone to draw this diagram, this diagram, this diagram, range everything. I have to let me open door and come. Some relatives have come. If you are cos theta equal to Vt, what conditions will arise here? I need these two diagrams. So just only very simple. The point P1 and P2 will be at same thing. P1 and P2 will be at same position. That's the only thing which you have to make it. Where the P1 is there, P2 will be there, and what is the range with respect to ground will be 0. The point of striking will be at point P1. This is at t equals 0, the projection. This is after some time. I am giving very good diagrams also, please do understand. More than this, I don't think so anything possible from any teacher in the world. Now what is the path? What is the path with respect to ground? Or with respect to trolley, at least the person on the trolley, what he says, it is going to move in a parabolic path. This fault. So this is the A, this is a B. I'll write it with respect to trolley. Person on the ground, what will notice? He will notice that it is just moving up, ascending, then descending. Sir, how it is possible? Yes, this is what happens here. Because where it was projected, again it will come and strike at the same point, means the body what will happen will just ascend then descend. The reason for that, you are cos theta equal to Vt. Let's see that. What is the use of this one? I'll go for again velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis equal to usx minus utx. What is this quantity? Ur cos theta. What is the sign of this? Positive. This we don't know. This is unknown, minus Vt. Since this is a given thing, so what do you expect? It should be 0, no? So if this is 0, then what is the range? Usx into t. Time of flight will be non-zero. Again. Don't use your brain in very random way. So 2 ur sin theta by chi. So time of flight. So what do you expect the range? Range will be 0. I'm showing mathematically, not like I'm telling story here. So range with respect to trolley will remain as it is. Carry on that. The range with respect to trolley will be non-zero. So this is what RT, no? So the path of the ball, path of the stone with respect to ground will be just vertically ascending. The reason for that, horizontal component of stone with respect to ground is 0. That's all. We have to fight with the diagram here. Mathematical proof, then we have to also think about the diagram. Third situation, let me give it to student. I am putting ur cos theta less than Vt. Definitely the range will be negative here, no? The range will be negative. The range with respect to trolley as it is. So here what is the only thing is like a RG will be negative. And this will be as usual non-zero. How the possible path? So we have to put effort to understand things. That the only thing is we have to put effort. can, yeah. I have to separate them, no? I'll move a little bit down. Now you can see this. This is the third situation. Unlike here, now what is the? I don't know anything about this. I'll bring it later. So what is the condition given? The velocity of ball with respect to stone. In fact, because of this, USX will be negative. So then what actually happens here? The point of striking will be on the left side of the point of projection. Now look at this. This is the P2. This is P1. I think it's quite very simple. So again, what is the time of flight? T equal to capital T. How the path with respect to range with respect to trolley, range with respect to trolley is only this one again. RT only, nothing to do with that. I'll give by black color. Here also the same thing. You could have written here. This would be range. There was so now in what direction you are going to measure the range? The range we are going to measure in this direction, towards left, no? How the path with respect to trolley will be like this. With respect to ground should be on opposite side. You can really question this, Mr. How come you can say you are concluding?
Sir, down P1 and P2 you wrote wrong. Inverse.
Correct, no. Okay, here. This is. Okay, agreed?
Yes, sir.
So it will strike the left side of the point of projection, no? So therefore, I have to show the, with respect to ground, towards left, the trajectory.
Sir, can we find the distance moved by the trolley, sir?
What you are asking?
Distance moved by the trolley.
That you can calculate, no? What is there? Time of flight you know and VT you know.
Okay.
P1, P2 if you want, I'll change some other symbol. P2 let it be as it is. Now why to shift P2? Some P3. Somebody suggested, okay sir, why don't you take like this? Yeah. Okay, now I think no problem. Why to shift P2? Let it be there as it is. Some other point, P3. Got it now? This one? The range with respect to ground and the trolley. In the trolley frame, in either case, like a water be the situation, you are cos theta less than Vt, greater than Vt, equal to Vt. In the trolley frame, the range will remain same. But in the ground frame, the range can be positive, negative or zero. It all depends upon how your cos theta related to velocity of trolley. This will be really very interesting for students, provided if you can analyze through diagram. Mere mathematics I think will not help you. These things are there in book. What do we understand? I don't know. So this diagram speaks a lot. At least whenever, even in textbook also, 10% of only content diagrams are there. Remaining 90% such diagrams are missing. That's why you take textbook also, you don't understand anything. You read textbook, to what extent you understand? If you're really able to understand, then no need to come and listen to my class. So definitely textbook will to help you a lot, may not be. So you have to put extra effort. You are unable to put that extra effort. That's why you have come for coaching. If you put extra effort, no need of coaching. Okay, we'll take the next case. I'm giving almost everything systematically. You have to just accept things and move forward.
Sir, could you scroll up for a second?
Yeah. Take it. Yeah.
Yes, sir, you can continue.
No. There can be a situation where I will project vertically up with respect to with a velocity you are relative to trolley. Again, there's a long trolley. Let's see what conditions will arise here. At t equals 0, this one. So what is UR? Again, UR is velocity of the stone relative to trolley. Carry on now. I want find the range of the stone. Find the range. How is projected ball? Projected ball is projected vertical to the with a velocity you are relative normal to the trolley. That one. Everything is there in the diagram. I need to put find RG. Find the range with respect to trolley and this one. So what is the time of flight? First thing, time of flight. I think it will be 2 UR by G, because it is in fact projected vertically with respect to trolley, that one. And then range, then we'll get into mathematics. Velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis. This is projected along y-axis, no? So what do you expect the range?
0.
Sure. I want you to put effort here. So mathematics you are trying to analyze.
Distance moved by the trolley will be range.
Range with respect to trolley should be 0 only, no? So
Yes,
how do we can say, because there is no velocity along the trolley. So the range with respect to trolley will be 0. Range with respect to ground, that we'll find out. Velocity of stone with respect to trolley along x-axis is equal to velocity of stone with respect to along x-axis. This is 0. Velocity of stone we don't know. Velocity of trolley is plus Vt. So therefore, what is the range with respect to ground? Usx into t. So this is Vt 2ur by g. Range with respect to ground non-zero, with respect to trolley it is 0. So how do, sir, what actually happens? We are not understanding. Yeah, I think a little bit maybe the diagrams will help you. This was a point A, there's a point B on the trolley. Again it will come and strike at point A only. And the point of projection on the ground was here. This is somewhere P2, P2. So there's a range with respect to ground. You see now. So person on the ground, what will be comment? And person on the trolley, what will be its comment? I want really this comment from student side, because almost now you are in a better position. The person on the trolley, what will comment? They just ball ascended then descended, that's all. No?
Yes.
So
Sir.
stone moves
Vertically.
vertically only. Stone moves in vertical direction only. Moves in what about this person comment?
Parabol.
Stone moves in parabolic.
Parabolic.
This imagination is very important. See, this is mathematics. Please, I am telling this one. Somehow will manage. These comments are something which will help you to lot conceptually. Yes, you are in a very dominating position. If you don't analyze these comments, I don't think so it's of any use, I feel. So can you show path with respect to ground, with respect to trolley? With respect to trolley will be vertically ascending then descending. With respect to this will be parabolic path. So how the path is what we can. This is with respect to ground, with respect to trolley. The two very different situations here, no? So if you look at the previous one, with respect to ground it was ascending, descending vertically. With respect to trolley, parabolic path. Now you see that one. I think you can't just memorize here anything. Very dangerous. Hope everyone is able to imagine. Say, I think I can't show anything. Maybe you have to search some videos, or maybe in some other best apps where animations are there, where they might have shown all these things. I'm not very sure. But on something screen or something, no, we can only present this much. Through animations, maybe. But I think even the frame of reference, I don't think so any animations I have seen till now. If you have come across anything, no, please do message me. If it is possible to download and share it to me, I'll share it to everyone.
Sir, here if the stone is projected from point A, and that time the trolley will move, sir, when the stone is at air. So when the trolley will reach at some other point at P2, till that time the stone will fall on the ground, sir, not on the trolley.
A long trolley, I'll break your head. That's all. Huh? I'll break your head. Long trolley, not seeing this long trolley word. Huh? I can't draw a very long trolley here. Huh? Observation, very important. What is the long trolley means? The stone is not permitted to strike the ground. That's all. Please make observation. This is very important. It's everything teachers should write it here means. I think it's not correct. I feel. Huh? Then only this problem will take 1 hour. Okay, fine. This is some different ways. I think there's nothing called. Okay, there's only one situation. It all depends upon the different cases will come. We should be in a position to analyze rather than something just I'll remember. Okay, I'll go to exam. Not possible. I'll move on to the next cases.
Excuse me, sir.
Ah,
Can you scroll up little bit, sir?
yes, let me finish off this part.
Answer.
Everyone be alert, be alert. Nothing wrong in asking question. Uh, Questions sometimes I have to scold to make you alert. Huh? So don't get scared again asking your queries. So there is some trolley, which is a closed trolley something. Okay, let it move with a constant velocity vt. Let me drop the stone onto the trolley. So here is the stone is what I'm bringing. Okay, what is this? There's a ball or stone, anything. So let me take this as a ball. This ball will be released from rest. And the trolley is moving with a constant velocity. Let h be the height of this trolley. There's a situation at t equal to 0. Now, there are two persons are there. Will ask two persons. Okay, one person will ask him, okay, make observation. Some physics sir is teaching this. Okay, make observation and answer them. So first what happened, you are going to be on the ground, then you are going to study the motion, then you are going to be in the trolley, and you are going to study the motion of this ball. For your help, I'm putting this one. So trolley is moving with a constant velocity vt, and the ball is released from rest inside the trolley at t equal to 0. It is at t equals 0 inside the trolley. Carry on now. These things you can experiment. These are some most of the things. No, these things you can experiment. Nothing is there. So especially when you are moving in train, no, you can do all these experiments. So next time train is not something taking selfies, sleeping happily, then eating nice food in the train and sleeping. Try to avoid. You are going to become one of the best thinking brains. So you should take opportunity. The train is a moving frame. You can do a lot of experiments. Some of you have done foundation courses also, but I don't think so. Did you try that? What is a train? Train is a moving frame of reference. You could have done all those things, what all you learned. If you are interested. See, don't think that only in India it happens. No, everywhere in the world. Only 2% of students who are really interested in learning the knowledge and applying. The remaining all are just like are mad for the certificate only. The 2-3% only what happen, they'll become research best engineers, everything. Yeah, carry on. So again for us the markings. So there's a point on the ground, and there's a point on the trolley. So now the trolley moves. Point on the ground, will it move? No, it will be there only, no? So after some time, what do we expect? As the trolley will get displaced. this is some point B. The ball will be striking this point. I'll just pass one vertical line. Point P1 on the ground, will it shift? The next very first question. The point P1 on the ground will not shift, no? And the point B now is in contact. The ball will be in contact with the point B. Hope, and this is after certain time t. Now what is this time of flight? How to calculate? I think there's a, with respect to ground, it will descend height h. The person on the ground, what he says, it will just move vertically down. So what is the comment from him? The ball descends vertically down. This will be his comment. Then what about the person? Then can we calculate h now? So what is the time taken for it to descend? H equal to half gt square. So t equal to 2h by j. This is the time of flight. Then can we calculate the range with respect to ground? Should be 0, because what is the velocity of the ball with respect to ground along x-axis? Will be 0. Okay, let's get into the next part. Velocity of ball with respect to trolley along x-axis equal to ubx, velocity of ball with respect to ground along x-axis, minus velocity of trolley with respect to ground along x-axis. This is in fact 0, because we are just released from rest. Velocity of ball with respect to ground. Okay, this we don't know, sorry. Okay, this velocity of ball with respect to ground. What is the value of this? This is 0. This is unknown thing which you have to find out. Let it be UR, and the velocity of trolley is plus VT. So what is UR equal to VT? Now what is this UR? Velocity of the ball with respect to trolley along x-axis. Then what is the range with respect to trolley? UR into time of flight. VT into root of 2h by g. So this is range with respect to trolley. So what actually happens here? The ball, it will move in a parabolic path. If telling we are getting this range, so what is this range we should indicate? AB. This distance should be equal to AB. So this person, what should be the comment of the person inside the trolley? He said that the ball moves in parabolic path.
Sir, here with respect to ground, the position is same, sir.
Yeah, only due to gravity it will descend. Then it will come and strike with a velocity. So Vy, what is Vy equal to? Gt or root of 2gh. This is with respect to ground.
Sir, here you are equal to minus VT or VP.
Okay, this is the minus Vt, the range will be negative. Okay, agreed. Yeah. What do you mean by minus Vt? It will be on the left side of point A. Yeah, I made changes. Now you can further, sir, I'll project this with a velocity. Instead of just dropping it, if I project this with a velocity here, then what conditions will arise? Then again we have to carry on in this particular. Let me go for that case.
1 minute.
Yeah, I'll wait. I think all these are manageable, no? I think we can manage. It's not that something very easy, but we should put some effort through imagination. I think analysis, not just mere equations, will not help us. We should really put effort how it will move. We should imagine. We should draw the diagrams little bit. Then we'll get it. And the drawing diagrams of these kind. So can you show some path? Okay, yes, we'll have a path. So this is with respect to ground. This is with respect to the it will be this with respect to trolley. At least getting this one. So in the ground frame it will just descend vertically. In the trolley frame it moves in parabolic path. When you become engineer, when you draw it, if you design any machine, you should draw the diagrams clearly, 3D diagrams, all different things. Then you go that design, and when you go to the manufacturing unit, there the laborers will understand. If you write equations, tell me which labor will understand. Not possible, no? So all these things are like for your future career. I'm enjoying physics by expressing like this, but if you are really drawing like this for every question, thinking, no, I can say that, okay, you are going to become one of the best engineers here. Books, they just show this method because the authors want they're interested to sell their book. Some content they'll put it, that's all. They just copy things. How it is possible for the author to explain each and everything? So you don't get hardly any book there where they go through all these things. That's all. In the trolley frame, you feel that it is descending from height. It's not that it is here only. Because this person is, they'll see ball here, and afterwards you'll see that ball. You will say that you'll not see it's at rest. In the trolley frame, you see that ball is moving vertically down and also horizontally. So that's what parabolic altogether. No, correct? No, this is. Oh, you mean to say parabolic path? Okay, got it. Yeah, Pranay, I'll make some correction.
Horizontal.
May not be. Yeah, this will be correct one. With respect to trolley. Okay, Pranay, look at now. Yeah, thank you for correction. Let me. Now we will have a situation where inside the trolley I'll project it. inside the trolley. We will try to project it. Then we'll see what conditions will come. We can have same diagram. Mutate. Huh? Now we can go for projection. It's not that something dropping. We can go for projection of ball inside a trolley. Okay, let this be u. This with respect to ground it is u naught. I'll write it. Huh? Okay, let it be projected. Then we do this one with respect to ground. We have projected. If you want to analyze it, I want better this to leave it to student. Here how the you have to describe this relative motion along x and along y. What is u naught? U naught is the velocity of ball with respect to ground. I'll give the description of terms. Initial, velocity of trolley. Okay, agreed. This one at t equals 0, there's a condition. And now, how to manage this? It was projected initial horizontal velocity. It is projected horizontally only. So we'll do one thing. Everything again will take help of the equations. Velocity of ball with respect to trolley along y-axis equal to velocity of ball with respect to ground along y-axis minus velocity of trolley with respect to ground along y-axis. The ball is projected horizontally. Trolley is not moving. I think this is totally. There's nothing is there, no. So therefore, with respect to ground also it is 0. So therefore, shall we take how much of time it take to come and strike the ground? H equal to half gt square. Time of flight is this much here. Then how to get the range things? So we'll get to the range. Range with respect to trolley will work out. So velocity of ball with respect to trolley along x-axis ubx. So this is plus u naught plus vt, and anything directed towards right is positive. Now can we go for the range with respect to trolley with the help of this? So range with respect to trolley equal to what about the range with respect to ground? ubx into t. So what is ubx? It is u naught. What do we expect, like how do say like this like this we can keep on discuss things. There's no end for it, I feel. So I think students, what once he has understood, no, with this he should carry on. No. Okay, there's a point A. I should not change this, so this point A will be as it is here. After this, range with respect to ground. Okay, there's a point P1 is what? Is a reference for us. And the range with respect to which will be greater? Which will be greater?
Range with respect to ground.
Range with respect to ground. The equations will help us a lot here. Now range with respect to ground will be more, and the range with respect to trolley. So somewhere the trolley, it will some point on the trolley. Let me choose BA. It will be it. So this will be the range with respect to ground. This is a point P2. Got it now? So how do it will strike? Next question comes. How do it will strike? When it's striking, it will have velocity v. That v we have to calculate. It will be like it will have x component and also y component. This is after some time t. Sir, can you show about anything path? Can we show here path? Both with respect to ground and trolley, how it will be? Both are horizontal projectile only, no? But the range of the trolley will be less. That's all here. And the height descended will be same for both. Okay. I need not to show horizontal because in different frames it is different, no? U0 minus Vt in the trolley frame, U0 in the ground frame. So don't indicate that horizontal velocities. I think there's unlimited way of asking things here. So better ready with analysis, make observation things, then it'll be much easier for you. Let's slowly move to the different shaped trolleys here. Just a moment. Okay, we'll take the next set of problems. I'll change slightly the trolley. The trolley is now wedge, so don't get scared. It's like a trolley only. So the idea of trolley what we applied has to be taken care here now. So don't think that something new thing. It's the same trolley idea only. Let's get into the thing. So we have there's a ball and the wedge is moving with a velocity, and the ball is projected wedge means everyone knows some triangular shaped block is called as a wedge. Point A is on the ground near to the bottom of incline. So from point A on the point A is on ground near to this one. So let me explain here. A particle is projected at an angle 60 degree with horizontal with speed 10√3 meter per second from the point A. So where is this point A? On the ground near to the wedge, near to the bottom of the wedge, on the ground near to the bottom of incline. So the wedge is moved with constant speed 10√3 meter per second. So now what is the first thing? Find time taken by the particle to strike the inclined plane. Find the time taken by the particle to strike the wedge. And we have to find out the range. Find the range on the wedge. I'll give 3 minutes timer. Let me begin here. So here I'll go for some assumptions. Draw the diagrams. Those who are completed, draw the diagrams. Shaurya, go for diagrams. Okay, this will be this direction. Let me take positive. This direction I'll take positive. Then we'll resolve the G. Check one's answers. Shaurya, okay. Mohit, you have to check the answers. We have to resolve G everything. We have to resolve the velocities, component of velocities. Okay. Bhavya, okay, fine. Let me do this. So what actually how the motion of this takes place? I'll try to explain through diagram. After some time, the wedge will move with a constant velocity. After some time, we do expect the wedge. We do expect the wedge to be somewhere here. This is at t equal to 0. The wedge. After some time it'll be here. What is this ball? The ball is going to move just in parabolic path here, no? Is it just going to describe that parabolic path? Here it's going to move in a parabolic path here. So it's going to move in parabolic path. Definitely it's going to move in a parabolic path. So here the path we are going to show it was projected. So here it was projected, the ball from point A. This angle is 90 degrees. Check it once. And the wedge is moving with a speed u. Let me assume that u is equal to, instead of writing so many terms, no, I'm just assuming of this kind. So this direction, let me resolve this, and it will go and strike some point on the wedge, that is B, and that B is here. So what is the range? The range is that AB. So this is the path of the what is that particle? And the wedge will move horizontally on the ground. I think this is what it so person on the ground, what he comments, the particle just moves in parabolic path. What was the question? That time of flight has to be determined. So now so finally it was just launched at the bottom of the incline, no? It will strike the point B on the wedge. So what is the displacement of the particle normal to the incline? Will be 0. So the condition is this one, the displacement of particle normal to incline is 0. Net displacement, see, like finally it will come and strike the point B. How it strikes, let's not bother, but it will strike B. So you stand on the wedge, what you say, that one, net displacement of the particle perpendicular to incline is 0. I think this is the one very important condition which will help us here. So perpendicular to incline will write the equation. S perpendicular. What is the initial velocity? U perpendicular. This is the relative velocity I'm applying, no? Displacement of particle with respect to wedge. Final. Displacement particle with respect to wedge initial. UPW T APW perpendicular T square by 2. Look at the relative velocity equation. Initially it was at point A on the wedge. Finally also same thing. Velocity of particle with respect to wedge. I think this we have to substitute here. So what is the velocity of particle with respect to, what is velocity of particle? U perpendicular minus UW perpendicular. If you don't like these many symbols, you can directly write it. I have to explain, I'm writing. Acceleration of particle perpendicular to the wedge, or acceleration of particle with respect to ground normal to incline. This is acceleration of wedge perpendicular to incline, T square by 2. So the final equation here, 0 is equal to velocity of this will be plus u only. That of the wedge, how much? We have to resolve that. 10 root 3 sine 30 degrees into T plus acceleration of particle. Acceleration of particle means I'm going to resolve G here. It will be how much? G cos 30, G sin. G cos 30 I should take, and it is in negative direction, minus G cos 30 What about acceleration of the wedge perpendicular to incline? The wedge will move with a constant speed along x-axis. What is the acceleration of the wedge along perpendicular? It will be 0. No, here. This is 10 root 3. Solving this, we'll get expression for t. 2 seconds. Perpendicular to incline, we applied it. So this is a time of flight. Find the range on the wedge. Range on the wedge means he's asking to get that AB. Find the range on the wedge. With respect to wedge frame, we have to do the problem. Not range on the ground. So then so what we have to do is like parallel to incline, we'll apply it. Earlier it was perpendicular. Now parallel to incline, we'll apply the relative motion S relative equal to U relative of L relative t square. Then we'll solve it. So this should be equal to parallel to incline. SAB, okay, particle, no, it is displacement of particle with respect to wedge. There's a range itself is asking, no? So we'll write AB, this is UPV plus AP S relative equal to U relative t plus half A relative t square. So this is a thing which you have to find out. So U parallel no, let's substitute all. What is U parallel? Should be 0. Why 0? Because the particle is projected normal to the incline 90 degrees. You can check it. So what is the component of velocity of the particle with respect to ground along the incline? Should be 0, initial velocity. That of the wedge U cos 30 degrees. Negative sign. Why negative sign? Because I think we made convention. Look at here. Up the incline is positive, no? So down the incline should be negative. So acceleration of particle down the incline. This is G sine 30. Acceleration of the wedge along the incline. What shall I write here? Wedge is moving horizontally. So there's nothing called like that one. Substituting all this, we'll get the required answer. Anybody value AB? Let me simplify. I can 2 get cancelled, so 30 minus
10.
10 meter. 10 or what is the value?
20.
20, 20.
Yes, sir.
So in fact it will go and strike. So naturally AB should be positive only. I'll show complete problem. So it's again that wedge is like a trolley only. Please do understand. We have changed things here. So don't think something like something inclined relative projectile, nothing. The trolley shape is of like that. So now you have to go for very generalized discussion on these things. Very generalized discussion means you should be in a position to analyze the problem in either way. whatever the situation comes, okay, whenever the inclined plane comes, better to discuss the problem along the inclined perpendicular. I think you'll be on safer side. So I think there's a okay, write down first. I'll give as general ideas, say different ways of different types of numericals will come and how to manage them. We'll have some general description. Yeah, so the next one is not numericals. Just I'm trying to share some general ideas. Means different ways of asking question for you. Suppose if this is a wedge, it is moving like this with a velocity u1. I may throw a ball from here, no, horizontally. Then I'll give certain distance, all this h1, this x1. Then after what time it will strike the wedge. Then at what point it will strike the wedge. So what is the type of motion it will describe? This is going to describe a parabolic path. So definitely the wedge will not be there only. It's going to undergo displacement. So when it undergoes displacement, you can see it here. So student, I think now a better picture of diagrams all is needed. It'll be much easier. So it will strike certain point on the incline. Again this one. So you may ask you the point, at what distance it will strike. Then what is the time taken? This is the thing. Okay, next after this. I will throw a ball. Let's go for small wedge. With speed u at an angle theta. This is going to move in a parabolic path. Then in its parabolic path, the wedge, it may collide with the wedge, no, somewhere here. You can see very. So at point B, it's going to come and collide, and the wedge will continue to move. It can happen, no? There. So t equals 0, this is a t equals 0. After some time t, you see this condition. T equals 0, this is a t equals 0. This is at some time t. I think you should be ready for all different cases. Don't get scared. Just apply the relative motion concept. What all equations of motion are there, that have to be applied along x, along y. So where do it strike? How do we come to know? Okay, the first thing is the relative motion along x-axis. You can take help, no? So what is the separation? Somewhere it's going to strike it here, that particular point. Okay, choose that one. And so first we know this distance. This distance will be given for us. Some certain point on the wedge, it will come and strike here, no? Point B. Conditions we define. With that you can manage. So it's not that only two particles collide. It can be wedge, and the wedge also will be moving. Earlier we discussed. The wedge will also be accelerating. We can still manage. Here I took all uniform velocity. So if wedge accelerates, yes, even wedge accelerates also, we can discuss the problem. A naught. Then I'll project a particle. U naught. On the wedge, let me project here. So after some time, so that this particular particle, it is going to describe a parabolic path. The wedge will appear here. I'm not able to get that inclined plane. I think first we'll draw the inclined plane. You see this. After some time the wedge will be here, no? And the particle will collide. The wedge will be accelerating. So when it is colliding, it will have acceleration. So it's not that only uniform velocity. The trolley can also accelerate. Same direction, moving opposite, same direction. I can project from the B end, I can project opposite to that. The wedge is accelerating, then we can project. Or I can drop a ball when it is moving, then where it will collide. I think it's become unlimited way of really testing a student. Then everything will come in some sort of like a projection from a trolley, or projecting the ball to a moving trolley, or from moving trolley or projecting it. Then even inclined projectile also, relative projectile motion we can discuss here. If the wedge is moving with a velocity u0, then from here I'm going to project a ball with a velocity ur. Can we discuss problem? Inclined projectile motion. The wedge is moving. So what all we discussed, inclined projectile was a test. Now let the wedge itself, let it move. Can we discuss a problem? Yes. And let's have a brief description, then we'll end up the class. This particular thing. So if a wedge, inclined wedge, I'll give a general description so that it'll be very easy for you. So the wedge is going to move with a constant velocity.
Once can you scroll up, sir?
There are general things, no? You can scribble afterwards also, please. Let me describe this one. And now I'm going to project with a speed ur. Okay, this be theta, let this be alpha. u0 will be constant. I'm projecting with a speed ur relative to the wedge. How to describe this motion? So now I'll describe this. A ball is projected with a speed ur relative to wedge. A ball is projected with a speed ur relative to wedge from point A, as shown. Find time of flight and the range on incline. u0 is constant. Wedge moves with a constant speed. Some other paper. Wedge moves with a constant speed u0. Okay, this is a condition. I need definitely some papers I need. Yeah, now we'll take the carry on. So this is the description given for you. Along the incline, parallel to incline, that has to be discussed, no? So here what are the things like G perpendicular, G parallel. So relative motion along the incline. What we discuss, inclined projectile, some relative motion has to be brought here. So now along the incline we'll go for it. Along the incline means I'll just write parallel. Carry on the equation. So first we need time of flight, sorry, perpendicular to incline. Definitely, what do you expect? Displacement should be, it will come and strike the point B. So the displacement, this should be 0. So then velocity of ball with respect to wedge perpendicular to it, T plus acceleration of ball with respect to wedge perpendicular to wedge, T square by 2. This should be 0. Now velocity of ball with respect to wedge, we know only UR. So directly shall we write UR sin theta? Or separately once again we have to substitute?
Directly we can write.
Directly better to write no, that UR sin alpha is what given for us. Acceleration of wedge is 0. That of, sorry, acceleration of ball along the incline, G parallel. So that G parallel is equal to how much? G sin theta. G perpendicular is G cos theta. So this should be equal to plus G sin theta. Acceleration of wedge along the incline should be 0. T square by 2. This is negative, no? G cos theta. I am making some correction. It should be G cos theta. G perpendicular should be substituted, no? Why negative? Because G perpendicular is opposite to this one. Okay, solving this, 2UR sin alpha by G cos theta. That is relative velocity. If he has given absolute velocity, we have to substitute here. So directly he has given relative velocity. It's much easier, still more. What about the range? How to calculate the range along the incline? No. Along parallel. Along parallel means along the incline, or I'll write it for your benefit. Along incline. Now what shall I do? There's a range or AB something, let it be. What is the formula? Velocity of ball with respect to wedge. Some of you are getting confusion. I will write T little bit bigger. Okay, this will be U parallel T plus ABW parallel T square by 2. Okay, no problem. No. Okay, there's a range. What is the velocity of ball with respect to wedge along parallel direction? That should be equal to UR cos alpha. Don't expand again. Leave it here. Time of flight we know. What about acceleration of ball with respect to? So that should be G parallel G sin theta. That of the wedge is 0. T square substituting will get the range. Okay, don't get scared anything, let them ask anything. Even this is what happen in inclined projectile, we are bringing some relative motion. Hope everyone is able to analyze. There's some I just described the methodology to solve the problems. So any numerical comes, you must able to analyze it and you should able to apply it. Write down first. Find the time of flight and the range on incline. Of ball on incline. Sentence of ball on an inclined plane. Okay, we'll keep it here. Completed? Okay, I'll end up the
Sir, 1 minute.
The acceleration parallel, after that you wrote t square by 2, no sir. Next step, where did the 2 go, sir?
2 I didn't write.
Yes, sir, that's what.
Okay, 2 I should bring it here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, thanks for correction.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll end up the class. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Okay, kids, try to work out some different types of numericals based on this relative motion.
Thank you, sir.
Projectile motion. This one. Projection also here where this most of the problems where the ball was projected from a trolley or onto the trolley. So we have brought a different types of numericals. So think on them, draw the diagrams also, so that your understanding of things will be much easier. So let me end up the class. Thank you, all of you.